Hello, my name's Carol Theobald, and it's an absolute privilege to give an update on Zonta Says Now at your Area 5 workshop. Tasmania has a reputation for being ahead of the field in climate action. You've already achieved net zero emissions, and we need all of your experience to help bring the rest of the country and the world up to your level. When it comes to gender equality, in the last year, Tasmanian pay gap has increased from 7% to 9%. This compares well to Western Australia, where it's currently at 21%. Women and girls around the world need your help to create a gender equal, sustainable world. So let's see what we can do. If you've not already joined the dots, think of climate change as being a runaway train. Increased greenhouse gas emissions lead to global warming that trigger extreme weather events that cause significant social disruption as millions of people are displaced. Social disruption magnifies any existing inequality, including gender equalities. The gains made over the last 100 years by Zonta International are at risk. We need to work at both ends of the train to slow it down. We need to take climate action and close the gender gap to create a more gender equal, sustainable world. Of course, if we can meet all of the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, we will be on track for a more sustainable world. We tend to think that Goal 5 is the only one that relates to gender equality. However, a recent report by the Equality Institute found that unless we end violence against women and girls, we won't achieve 14 of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Gender equality is the key to so many things. Zonta International's mission has never been more important. The World Economic Forum reckons the pandemic has pushed back gender equality by 36 years. Women will only be able to live our vision if we close the gender gap and slow down global warming this decade. Zonta Says Now to gender equality and climate action, when coupled with Zonta Says No to violence against women, covers all of Zonta International's mission. In Australia, in the last 2 years, we've gone backwards on climate change performance and gender equality. On the graph on the left, the orange line represents climate policy. Australia is the only country not to have any orange. This means our existing climate policy is regarded as worthless by other countries. We've gone down 5 places since 2020 and now sitting at number 59 out of 64 measured on this index. With regards to gender equality, we're now 50 out of 156 countries, having gone down 6 places since 2020. In the forthcoming election, we need to know where all candidates stand on climate change and gender equality and how they will push for more action at the federal level. We need to get their responses in writing and share their responses in our networks. For those of you who are new to Zonta Says Now, here's a brief overview. Zonta International released its statement on climate change last year. In District 23, we had a bit of a head start and developed Zonta Says Now with the mission to create a gender equal, sustainable world by educating girls, advocating for women's rights, and inspiring more female leaders. Let me explain. When we educate girls, we give them more opportunities for a healthy, empowered life with choices. Girls with 12 years of education can have up to 5 fewer children, meaning 1 billion less people on the planet this century. Girls who learn STEM subjects can understand their bodies and their human rights and pursue careers in science and conservation and economics. And they'll know what to do in extreme weather events and disasters. We donate to the Endowment Fund so we can double and triple our international effort to keep girls in school and end child marriage. We advocate for women's rights by talking to people who can make a difference about gender equality, climate action, and ending violence against women. We learn from our Indigenous people and engage with local councils to build sustainable, resilient communities. And we work with men to stop violence before it begins. We achieve this through Zonta Says Now and Zonta Says No. We inspire more female leaders by encouraging women to speak up and speak out. We support women on every step of their leadership journey in Zonta, their work and community, and encourage them to run for council and parliament. We promote our awards to encourage future leaders in public policy, technology, business and aerospace, and use Zonta's leadership programs to develop ourselves. We bring this all together through Zonta Says Now by our website, a think tank and a framework for action. Our website's our knowledge bank and is always growing. We've got our newsletters, our posts, leaflets, videos and loads of useful links. Go and check it out. Our 2 monthly think tank meetings let Zontians connect, learn, share ideas, be inspired and get energised. Our meetings have included Zontians from Australia, Finland, Luxembourg, USA and Sweden. And we've heard from many experts in the field and uncovered so much talent in Zonta. Zonta Says Now has put the international into Zonta at a local level. Our framework for action has 5 steps, and this chart shows some of the actions for each of our mission themes. So we gather the facts so we know what we're talking about. We lead by example. We add our voice by sharing what we have learned and what we are doing with family, friends and co-workers. We advocate in our clubs and we collaborate with like-minded organisations. For example, after last year's Women and Climate Change seminar hosted by Zonta International, I received emails from Zontians around the world. We are now working closely with the USA Caucus, and that includes all districts in the USA. We're also working with District 25, that includes India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Nepal. Together at Convention in Hamburg, we will present 2 Zonta Says Now workshops. The USA launched its first Zonta Says Now think tank last week, and we are planning how we can roll out Zonta Says Now globally. As Jane Goodall puts it, everything is connected and everyone can make a difference. We can make a difference by getting the facts, leading by example, adding our voice, advocating and collaborating. Let's continue to work together to create the world we want to live in. If you'd like to join the think tank, just email zontasaysnow@gmail.com. I wish you all the best for your workshop. Thank you very much. Bye.